Hello, and welcome to the St Germain cocktail bar at this year's annual H2O for All Gala. Thank you so much for being here today and helping to make a difference one drop at a time. My name is Kris Bahamondes, and I'm the Senior Portfolio Ambassador for Bacardi here in Canada. And I'm super excited to have this moment to connect with all of you and get to make a cocktail and just share a moment, something that we all haven't been able to do enough for quite some time now. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start talking about today's cocktail. The cocktail I'm going to make for you guys today and that I've created specifically for this year's gala is the Keystone Spritz. Everyone who's here today knows that water and clean water is an essential keystone to life around the world. And so because of that, I made this cocktail called the Keystone Spritz to honor that need for clean water for everyone, everywhere in the world. The cocktail that we're making today, as I mentioned before, is using St Germain, which is an elderflower liqueur. It's made using a wine base and real elderflowers picked at the height of perfection in the beginning of the spring in Europe. The elderflowers give a beautiful, fruity, and tropical flavor to this liqueur, something like lychee, grapefruit, fresh citrus. It's beautiful and well-rounded, and it really does make the perfect spritz when you mix it with some sparkling wine and some soda water. Now, the version of the St Germain Spritz that we're making today is a version that I created again for the Keystone Spritz, and it's made using butterfly pea flowers. So those are a blue, dry flower that you can actually source for yourself online if you needed to. But I've gone ahead and infused them into the St Germain, taking it from its typical kind of golden yellow hue to a nice dark blue. And it's going to be perfect for symbolizing the clean water that everyone needs around the world. So first ingredient in my cocktail, of course, then, some St Germain. I'm going to go ahead and use approximately 2 ounces in my cocktail, and I'll go ahead and pour it right into the glass over fresh ice. See that gorgeous blue color? Now next, we'll go ahead and add the soda water in. The soda water is going to cut through a little bit of the sweetness in the liqueur and also bring some effervescence and refreshingness to the cocktail. Go ahead and top that off, approximately 1.5 ounces here. Just like that. And then every good spritz has some bubbles in it. Some sparkling wine, some champagne, some Prosecco. In this case, I'm using Martini Prosecco, which is a Prosecco made using the Martignotti method, or actually a naturally fermented champagne or a Prosecco. So no forced carbonation here. You get those crisp, natural bubbles from the fermentation process. And this is a beautiful, dry, and very crispy Prosecco. So it's perfect, again, for this cocktail. I'll go ahead and pour that over the top, but again, approximately 2 ounces in my cocktail. Just like that. Now, if we were making our classic St Germain Spritz, we would stop right here and go ahead and garnish with just 1 lemon zest. But instead, today I am making a little bit of a fancier, elevated version for you, the Keystone Spritz. And so we're going to go ahead and step it up with some very exciting garnishes that I made just for you. So the first one that I'm going to add here is what I'm calling a sea foam, but this is actually a butterfly pea flower foam that I made. It's a molecular technique, so don't necessarily try it at home unless you have some practice, but it's a beautiful baby blue foam, and I'm going to go ahead and put it right over the top of the cocktail. Just like that. Almost looks like a little ice cream cone on the top of the drink. Just like that. And then to finish that off, what I've gone ahead and done is made, again, some molecular caviar pearls, or some blue pearls, again, of butterfly pea flower. These are completely edible and safe little pearls. I mean, if you wanted to break it down, they're little balls of vegan jello, but they do look absolutely beautiful, just like caviar. So I'll go ahead and just spoon those right over the top of the drink, just like that. And it's really gorgeous the way that they just kind of sit on the foam there. And then finally, to finish it off, I'm going to use a little bit of dry nori or seaweed just in the back here of the cocktail, almost like a little flag. Just symbolizing again, you know, that we also need to have a clean ocean, and clean water all over the world, whether it's salt water or fresh water, is incredibly important to all of us living here on the planet. So that right there is the Keystone Spritz. It's made using butterfly pea flower infused St Germain, soda water, Martini Prosecco, and then I finished mine with some molecular foam, caviar, and some dry seaweed. Again, thank you so much for being here at this year's gala. Thank you for joining me here at the cocktail bar for a refreshing cocktail. I hope that you'll take the recipe, go ahead and try it out at your homes and enjoy some cocktails as well. Santé.